I made a mistake. I added an effect to my VO when I was editing it, and I forgot I had it on the project, and I saved it and exited out of the program, and now I can't remove the effect off the VO. So, if you're wondering why I sound deathly ill, that is because that was the preset I put on my VO before I exit out of the project. I don't really have the time to redo the VO. I don't know what to say. I don't really use Adobe Audition that much, and I've just started using it for my videos. I am so sorry. But today, for the first and hopefully the last time ever, I present to you VO from Deathly Ill Share. I hope you enjoy the video anyways. Thank you for watching. When you're playing a life simulation game, what do you want? Realism or supernatural? Honestly, for me, a good mixture of both is fine, but I'd rather the game be very realistic instead of supernatural. What about you? What do you think? Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to my channel, Catchy Virus. If you're new here, I'm Cher, and I'm so glad that you're watching. I hope you stick around to see more content regarding Paralives and The Sims. If you're a returning viewer, what's up party people? I hope you're having a great day. If you want to join a Facebook group to discuss Paralives, you need to check out Paralives Community. This is one of my favorite places to go to for Paralives news, speculation, and to discuss with other fans. Go on there right now and check it out if you have the time. Today we got a dev chat from March 26th to look over. Just as a reminder, these chats aren't about confirming anything. These are all about brainstorming for Paralives. Elements and features discussed here aren't written in stone. They're just ideas. Since the game is still in early development, there's still a lot to be done. At this stage of the game, even confirmed elements or features can be changed, improved, or removed completely. So, with that out of the way, grab a seat and a tea or something tasty, and let's start brainstorming. We're going to begin with a little competition here. The good old classic Paralives vs. Sims. This isn't something I've noticed, but apparently Sims stand with their knees slightly bent. Will the paras also stand in a ready to take off type of way? Maybe? Remember, I'm just a fan, not a developer, but here's my attempt at paraphrasing Alice's answer. So, the bent knees in The Sims are probably due to a technical reason in regards to the skeleton of the character. If The Sims didn't have bent knees while walking or sitting or other animations, their knees would pop from a straight position to a bent position. And this animation looks really bad and unrealistic. This happens due to bad body mechanics or bad spacing. So it's not really a yes or a no, but there's definitely a technical reason to why the Sims have the bent knees. Alice is a really great source of information about animation. If you want to hear more from her, check out her social media accounts. If you want to learn more about animating, I've put a few helpful links to some interesting websites in the description box. The Sims clearly has influenced Paralives from the very beginning, but so has a few other games, like City Skyline and Park Attack. Let me know in the comment section what games you guys enjoy to play, and what games remind you of Paralives. Community feels like a big aspect of a life simulation game. I mean, we don't live in lifeless, repetitive, and empty worlds, now do we? So, how will the community be like in Paralives? Will you run into someone on a daily basis who lives on the other side of town? Well, hopefully not. There are some options the team has been exploring in regards to this. For example, paras could stay close to their home or their home neighborhood, or maybe it depends on their route to get to work or go do things that they have in their schedule. I think I'd like to see that the parafolk actually has a route from their home to work and has their own individual lives. I think that would be the way to do it. So if Billy Bob Joe from neighborhood A works in neighborhood B, I would like to see them leaving their workplace in neighborhood B and traveling back to neighborhood A. If that makes any sense. It's sort of like the Stardew townspeople. They have their own individual schedules and their own individual routes that they take per day, depending on the season and so on and so forth. Another aspect of a community would be the parties, am I right? Although parties haven't really been thought about a lot, there's some great ideas for them. Having different categories for parties, like a murder mystery or pool party, would be very cool. The suggestion here is to be able to plan parties a few days in advance, set up a dress code, age restriction in case it's a poker night or a drinking party, and plan for some form of entertainment like a movie or game. Maybe even plan for a few types of entertainment so that if you plan a wedding, there could be a ceremony, cocktail hour, dinner, dancing, or whatever else you would like to include. Or maybe for a pool party, you have it so that there's dancing, and then you swim, and then you can eat, and then you can go back to swimming. I like this idea a lot. I like the idea that the player gets to control more aspect of the party. It would make parties a little bit more interesting and realistic. Another party element to the community would be achieving realistically full crowded nightclubs. This is something the team hasn't started on, but it seems like they know what the solution would be for creating this atmosphere. For example, they could bring in NPCs from other places, they could create NPCs for needs like this to fill the nightclub, or they can bring in ones that haven't got anything going on that night. Another solution for this could be having a collection of NPCs per venue. They could be like regulars for that club. And if the player did decide on having a relationship with an NPC that was made for a venue, maybe that NPC could inhabit a fully simulated para and join the game properly. This is an interesting solution to the issue. I'm not really sure what the best solution would be, but I know something like this is needed to create a world and venues that feel alive and realistic. As of right now, there's going to be base game cats, dogs, and horses. After the launch, the team will decide if they'll include any more animals like birds or frogs. What do you think of being able to choose your pet's diet in-game? I like the idea of being able to choose something like that, and I'm curious if there'd add differences in the pet's behavior due to their diet. I've definitely had a few family cats in my lifetime that have been picky eaters. And my dog prefers salmon flavored food more than the rest. So I do like the suggestion and the realism it adds. Talking about realism, how will the team ensure that non-playable paras will feel realistic without the game frying players' CPU? Well, Anna says that this is a big challenge for the team. There are many solutions as well, and it depends on their AI. One solution could be that if the NPC is out of sight, it's out of mind. That means not every single stat, like their needs or thoughts, will be updated in real time. The NPCs could have a set schedule for their day-to-day life, which means that they would be at a realistic place if the player wanted to interact with them. And this also means that the game wouldn't have to update their positions or animations if they're at home. Another realistic aspect would be crouching or putting your head down in a space that you might not exactly fit in. In Sims 4, the Sims can't go into a location where they can't stand fully straight up in. Will this be the same case with parafolk? It is possible that paras will be able to adjust their bodies and how they walk to be able to pass through or go to a small space. This is an element on the team's testing to-do list. Para's individual personality might begin to be revealed as early as infancy. Well, I mean, it's not confirmed, but it sounds like it really depends on the personality traits and when it would make sense for it to be revealed. Gardening is a realistic hobby for parafolk to have, although it won't be available at launch, but there's a possibility it might be included in the game later on. Will there be realistic rain in the game, and how is it going to look on Maggie's angled windows? Well, the rain might not be the most realistic looking rain ever, because the team wants to have good rain. I agree with that. I'd rather have good rain that looks fine, but actually seems and acts like rain, versus bad looking but hyper realistic rain. Lastly, will players be able to place items under a bunk bed? It is not confirmed, but it seems like a possibility. Oof. I didn't realize there was going to be a low-key complaint about Sims 4 in today's dev chat, but here we are, and I am loving it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, check out the video I have about the bunk beds. You can clearly see that you can't really put anything underneath a top bunk bed, like a desk or a plant or a teddy bear. You can click the pop-up at the top right corner to watch that video and to check that out if that's a thing that you want to check out. Alrighty peeps, there we have it. What was the best idea that came out of today's brainstorming? Let me know in the comment section. If you want to see more of me, please check out my personal Instagram account, my Catchy Instagram account for memes, and my Catchy Facebook page. If you want to see more dev chats and news or information about Paralives, don't forget to subscribe. You can find more Paralives Dev Chats at the top right corner of the screen right now, or find the link in the description box. I've also left a link for my Paralives playlist, so you can find more of my older Paralives videos. I also have a link for the Paralives community Facebook page in the description. Go look for that stuff, okay? I hope you take care, stay safe, and keep hydrated. Y'all are amazing, and I can't wait to talk to you in my next video. Bye!